This video is sponsored by Ballerina, a film that we should have gotten this year starring Ana de Armas in the John Wick universe. Thankfully, though, we have another Ballerina movie in store. Abigail was directed by Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli-Olpin, and it was released in theaters last weekend. Now, if you haven't seen Abigail, make sure to get out of here before the spoilers pop up right there. If you want to evade yourself from getting spoiled, that will be when the spoilers pop up. You don't want to ruin this one for yourselves. This is a great, gory time. So, this was a Radio Silence film. These are the guys that did Scream 6, 5, and Ready or Not. Also, some of the VHS films that I still need to watch, because I really enjoy the found footage style of horror filmmaking. And, so, Abigail, basic premise here is this group of criminals played by, you have Melissa Barrera, Catherine Newton, who is really awesome in this one. There's a few others I can't remember. I believe the guy from the vet from Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire that we reviewed a few weeks ago, he's in this as well as Angus Cloud. Rest in peace to him. He died shortly after he had filmed his scenes for this movie. So this is like a tribute movie for him, even though it is a horror film. So you might not want to get too attached. So basically, they kidnap this girl for Giancarlo Esposito's character, and they are told to keep her in this house and watch her for 24 hours. And if they do, and she's not hurt, she's all good, then they get paid handsomely, and they all get to go home. Yeah, naturally, things go to shit, and it turns out that Abigail is far more than just a ballerina prodigy. Actually, she's more than a prodigy. She's a freaking excellent ballerina dancer. She's a vampire, and she is ready to rip into people's necks and get some blood flowing here, and there's plenty of it in this movie. This is not one that you want to take somebody that is sensitive to gore to. A lot of the gore in the trailers was very hidden. There is not a lot of the gore that is in this movie shown in the trailers, and I really admire that. I mean, there's like at some moments in this, there's like Evil Dead amounts of gore. So that was awesome to see. I love that. So we have our characters. They make them, very charming. Some of them, you hate them. Some of them, you end up loving them by the end of it. Some of them I really didn't want to see go. Because obviously, that's not a spoiler. Obviously, people are going to die in a vampire movie. They're trapped in this house. Abigail is hungry. She's got to feed. She likes playing with her food. And speaking of Abigail herself, Alicia Wire. I'm not sure if that's how you say her name, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I messed that up. She was fantastic. She might have given the best performance of the year so far. For me. I know, right? Timothée Chalamet in Dune Part 2, really great. Austin Butler in Dune Part 2, really great. But I love horror performances. They always get overlooked at the Oscars and different award shows. So I'm giving her credit where credit's due, because she is fucking awesome in this. Just the way she carries herself, the way she kind of is such a smart ass, and she kind of messes around with the characters' heads. It's like, oh, I'm just an innocent little girl, and then she, it's brilliant. It's really a great performance. And as well with the human characters, Melissa Barrera is great. I love seeing her in anything now. After what they did with her for Scream 7, I think it's total bullshit, and I'm happy to see her in something. I was happy to see her in this. And then you have Catherine Newton, who was in Lisa Frankenstein earlier this year, which I really enjoyed, although YouTube might not have enjoyed it because they blocked my reaction video like 3 times. So I'm sorry you didn't get to see that, but I really did enjoy Lisa Frankenstein. I gave that a 7, I believe. But yeah, she's in this. Catherine Newton is probably one of my favorite parts outside of Alicia Wire as Abigail. Just her line deliveries are hilarious. There's a joke where she's told to go get some what is it? Onion. No, sorry. She's told to get some, God, I can't even remember what vampires are. Garlic! Sorry. She's told to get garlic. She comes back with onions. They're like, Sammy, those are fucking onions. So that was a funny quote for me, for this film. That's what I got out of it. That was hilarious. And some of the other characters are pretty, well developed here and there. I forget who he is, but he played the Blob in the X-Men films. He's really great in this. He has some great comedic lines in there. I like his back and forth with Catherine Newton's character. I believe it's David Stevens or Dan Stevens, one or the other, the guy that played the vet in Godzilla X Kong. He's really great in this as well. Very much a character that you don't want to see live. He is very mean. At some points, very arrogant, but you know that's the point. So really, without getting into spoilers, I'm gonna give Abigail an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this, guys. Seriously, go check it out if you haven't already. I really can't say much more without getting into spoilers. So yeah, an 8 out of 10. Well done to Radio Silence. This is my favorite film outside of Ready or Not from them. So keep up the great work on your end, guys. And yeah, join me for the spoilers, everyone. See you there. So entering the spoilers, basically, only Melissa Barrera survives this movie. I figured that, well, her and Abigail. I figured that from the jump that Melissa Barrera was going to be, obviously, our final girl. She's the one that's going to, you know, rise above and end up defeating the major threat. But, to be fair to this movie, it did subvert expectations because instead of Abigail being the major threat, even though she is a huge threat throughout about, like, 90 minutes of the movie, or sorry, not 90 minutes, but, like, at least, like, a lot of the movie, like, the first hour, at least. The main villain actually turns out being Dan Stevens, or David Stevens' character. I feel bad that I can't remember this guy's name, because he does a great job. But it's the main leader of this group of criminals that kidnap Abigail in the beginning. He ends up being convinced by Giancarlo Esposito's character, who is also a vampire, that if he drinks his blood, Giancarlo Esposito drinks his blood, then he will be powerful, and then they will both kill Abigail, and they will be even more powerful with her blood. But this dude kind of turns the tables on Giancarlo Esposito's character. He gets bitten by him, but then immediately stakes him. He blows up all bunch of chunks of gore, blood everywhere. Because that's what happens to vampires in this movie. It's not the classic burning, it burned in a pile of dust. No, they fucking explode like Ready or Not. So that's awesome. I really love that. That's an awesome element to add to the film. I fucking love that. It's so over the top, but it's great. So he kills Giancarlo Esposito's character, and he's about to go kill Abigail, because he's like, oh, if I kill Abigail and suck her blood, I can be one of the most powerful vampires in the world. But obviously Melissa Barrera's character's not up for that, so she takes him on with Abigail in the ending, so I wasn't expecting that. Abigail actually teaming up with Melissa Barrera's character, Joey, and killing this guy in the end. So that was great. I really loved that. Melissa Barrera gets out alive. She is the only one, even though I was really hoping, really holding out hope that Kathryn Newton's character was going to live in this one. But then I remember, oh wait, they showed her death in the trailers. Yeah, that's the thing about this movie is, like, they did show a lot of it in the trailers with, like, certain, you know, alluding to different deaths and stuff like that, and they literally show Kathryn Newton's character getting puppeted around like a vampire by Abigail, because Abigail bites her earlier on in the movie, and she's like, oh, fuck, am I going to turn into one? What's going to happen? What's going to happen to me? And Abigail's like, maybe. So I love that. I love her smart-ass remarks to these guys. And, you know, later on in the movie, I mean, like, 30 minutes goes by, and Kathryn Newton's still okay, you know, she's feeling fine, and then all of a sudden, she looks at it and starts spreading like something out of Evil Dead, and I'm like, oh, shit. Here it comes, and sure enough, Abigail takes control of her, and she kills, Peter is the guy's name, she kills him, the guy that was, in the X-Men films, is the Blob. She kills him. It's unfortunate. He was great comedic relief in this film, but kills him, and they ultimately have to blow up Kathryn Newton's character. There's some great deaths in this. There's some great fight scenes and chase scenes in this, because Abigail incorporates her ballerina moves as she's chasing them, and as she's fighting, doing certain flips with kicks and stuff like that. That was really clever on the marketing, and, on the writing team, to come up with that. That was really awesome, and once again, Alicia Wire. Great job. Great performance as Abigail. But I want to get out of here. I don't want to waste too much of your time. I'm trying to make these movie reviews slightly less long. I don't know if I succeeded on this one. Let's hope it's at least under 12 minutes. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have seen Abigail, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. I really enjoyed it. This is going to be one that could end up being in the top 10 or at least top 15 of the year by the end. We'll see what happens, but Until then, take care. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more awesome movie reviews. We've got the Fallout review coming up, like I said, and the review for Challengers should be up maybe the end of this week or next week. But yeah, until then, take care, guys. Goodbye.